Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for zooming in to today's presentation um, presented by New York Project Hope, Coping with COVID. Today we have Isabel and Jenna from Project Hope that are going to share some information with us about the changes going on with information pertaining to COVID and all of our anxieties and constant changing information. So without further ado, I'll turn over the talk to uh, Isabel Sciarra. Did I say that correctly?
Shada. It's all right.
Jada and Jana Stimmel.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Isabella. I am one of the crisis counselors with New York Project Hope through New Horizon Counseling Center. And here's Jenna.
Hi, also a crisis counselor.
So today we're basically just going to go over basically like what our program is, what our goals are, and like what we offer. So yeah, let's just get into it. So basically, New York Project Hope helps New Yorkers understand their reactions and emotions during COVID-19 through an emotional support helpline, educational materials, and trusted referrals. New York Project Hope helps people manage and cope with changes brought on by COVID-19. So right now, a lot of the focus of the pandemic has been on our physical health, about, social distancing, getting vaccinated, washing our hands, just maintaining our physical health and the physical health of our loved ones. But a lot of us have also been experiencing issues with, our mental and emotional health. It's difficult to, be home all the time while we're in quarantine. It's difficult not seeing loved ones in person and hugging everyone, even shaking hands with someone. It's definitely something to adjust to. So that's what our goal is with Project Hope, to just help with coping with that.
Yeah, and to go a little bit more into that, as Isabella mentioned, everyone is affected by this pandemic going on, and everyone has a very unique situation. So some people might be dealing with grief, whether it be from losing a loved one or maybe experiencing the virus themselves. But there's also just the grief of the life that we've kind of left behind and how things have been changing. And everyone has different needs. Everyone has experienced different things like unemployment, housing problems, food insecurity. And we know that that can be extremely stressful on your emotional health. So that's kind of why we have this free, anonymous, and confidential hotline available. Basically, what we do is us as crisis counselors will answer the phone and kind of talk to you about what you're experiencing. So whatever you're experiencing is completely valid, whether it's just something small as I'm feeling anxious about having to go back to school in person, or something a lot more heavy like grieving a loved one. All of it is valid, and you could talk to us about any of those things. And basically, we want to emphasize that looking for help and seeking help is a strength and not a weakness. And all of us crisis counselors, we're trained, we're knowledgeable, and we will never judge you for what you want to talk about on this phone call. And something else I kind of wanted to mention on the slide as well is just how important it is to take care of your emotional health during this pandemic. It's been over a year now since we've been in it, and I think it's extremely important to keep monitoring how you're feeling, because things are changing every day. There's obviously the new variants, there's new news every day about what's going on, and it's really important to monitor how you're feeling. And just keep an eye on like what is making you anxious specifically. So if it's taking news in, if that's something that gives you anxiety, try to monitor that. Make sure you're only doing that for, let's say, like a certain amount of time a day. That's something that I did during this pandemic that really helped me, because consuming news all day can be extremely taxing. So just making little changes like that to what is bringing you anxiety, and also just practicing self-care and self-compassion. This has been an extremely traumatic experience for everyone. So whatever you're able to do right now is great. That's all you need to be doing. You're doing the best that you can during this experience. And finally, just taking care of yourself, taking care of your mental and physical health can be extremely helpful during this time. So making sure you're sleeping enough, if that's something that you could do, making sure you're eating right, trying to get outside a little bit. Those sound like, very obvious things, but that can really help you during this time. And just being gentle with yourself. You're doing the best that you can. So that was just a little reminder about taking care of yourself during this time. And just to circle back to this helpline, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like you can't get anything done or you just need someone to talk to, that's kind of where we come in. Isabel, if you could skip to the next slide. So our helpline is from 9 to 5. So if that's an hour that is good for you, you can call us and we can talk to you as long as you need. But if you do need help outside of the 9 to 5 schedule, there's also the 24-hour hotline that SAMHSA has, as well as other hotlines and other agencies that can always support you at any time of the day. So we really want to emphasize that if you need help or if someone you know needs help, please reach out to us.
Okay, so really quick, I'm just gonna show the website. If you literally just Google New York Project Hope, our website comes up. It's like the first 3 or 4 options. So we have information, flyers, videos, a bunch of fantastic resources for just what's going on in the world, how to handle what's happening, sort of what Jenna was talking about, doing self-care routines and kind of adjusting to what a lot of people are calling the new normal, which may not necessarily be something that's easy to cope with. So I am going to share our website really quick. Okay, give me one moment.
And if you want more information about anything we talk about today, our website is going to be a great resource that has everything we're going to talk about today on it.
There is our website. We do have an option to join online groups. Find a provider near you is fantastic. Put in your zip code and you'll find just a provider near you. It could be a mental health provider or it can be a physical wellness provider. It genuinely is just a great resource on our website here. So as you can see, sometimes it's just good to connect with your community, and that is really the basis of everything. So for us, we would go here and just type in Suffolk, and these are our counseling programs. Obviously, we have New Horizons right here. There are other options as well. We like to push hours though. We also have options connect, talk, cope, and relax. The relax area is really cool because this is all the self-care, just talking about meditation, understanding what you're experiencing in the moment. Like it says here, it's not selfish. It's smart to do that. It's smart to kind of center yourself and better understand how your surroundings are impacting you. All right, so let's go back to the PowerPoint. Okay.
So as Isabella mentioned, we are connected to specifically New Horizon Counseling Center. So they were one of the centers that they're a provider agency for New York Project Hope. So if you were to call our crisis hotline, we would, and needed further referrals, we would refer you to this specific counseling center. But as you saw, there were a ton of agencies on Long Island in the city that are also connected to New York Project Hope. But basically, if we were to get a phone call and assess that the person needs more than just this conversation, it seems like maybe they're struggling with their mental health or just maybe struggling with something like unemployment or housing, things like that, we'll refer them to other agencies, to other phone calls or to other phone lines. And if they do need mental health help, we'll give them New Horizon Counseling Center. So they will be good if someone is in need of more long-term help. So they can help you with diagnosing you if you do have a mental illness, if you do need medication, and basically just giving you care over a longer period of time. So that's just a little bit of an explanation about who the exact agency that we're connected with, New Horizon.
Something I just wanted to add on to that was, like, as you can see in the second bullet, the goal of each plan is to diagnose and treat a person's mental illness. Us as crisis counselors, when you call us, we are sort of the liaison between like you and an actual long-term care provider. We cannot diagnose and we will not diagnose because we're here to help you in the moment. We also can't prescribe medication, but we can certainly guide you to a place like New Horizon where you can get that kind of care if that's what you feel like you need in the long run. Yeah. So here are just some of our outpatient clinic locations specific to New Horizon. I believe closest to East Hampton would be the Smithtown location, which is down here, the 1056 West Jericho Turnpike. Other ones are like main location. Just overall for New Horizon is out in Far Rockaway, but our Suffolk hub is in Copeg, which I know can be a bit of a hike from Southampton or even East Hampton, sorry. But the closest I would think would be Smithtown, which is a wonderful location. We've actually been there. It's very, very nice. It's actually quite new. So everything's all updated and everyone's very quick to help there. So now if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. If you want to remain anonymous, that is perfectly fine. Here is our number again, the 855-818-4673. Feel free to give us a call 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And if anyone is interested, we are glad to send out this PowerPoint because it has all the helpful resources on it. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for this wonderful presentation. If you can, please send me the PowerPoint and I'll be glad to forward it to anyone who may take interest in the information. And I thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day and a great week.
Thank you. You too.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Stay safe.
You too. Bye-bye.